Hey, how's it going for you lately? You don't seem that well, bro. You want to talk? That is the most two easiest question that anybody can ask anybody. But the sad thing is that in today's society, almost no one can say that. It's not that they cannot say it physically, but they're just afraid to do it. And I just really couldn't understand people, man. Like, why are they so closed off and what's the matter with them? And sometimes I think to myself that the reason why people nowadays are closed off and just being indifferent in general is that a lot of people nowadays afraid to be making fun of. They're afraid that if they are open themselves up, they're being vulnerable, and they just think that if they do that, the other person will think that they are just being over dramatic, and they just ignore them and switch topic, and the other person will feel embarrassed, and it's like people are just afraid to getting hurt for being vulnerable, bro. And a part of that, I think, is a major contribution to this problem is the internet, bro. Like, since the day it came out, everyone was thinking that it will help connecting people from all over the world. It will help us. It will help us unite. And yes, the internet does create that in some kind of way. But like recently, with the invention of TikTok and short form videos in general, people are seems to just be you know further away from each other, and physically and mentally, bro. Like, we're just not being present at the moment whenever we're speaking to everyone. Like, it's like when I was younger, whenever I hang out with my buddies, we would have no phones, bro. We were fucking broke. And the only thing that can help us entertain ourselves is lying down on the ground and playing with some rocks. And, we just take our slippers out and then we just throw it into the goal. Like, the goal is to have to, throw it right at the target. And it was fun, bro. It was our childhood core memories. But now, as I grew older, as everyone had their own phones, everything is just not the same, bro. Like, sometimes I wish I can go back to being a kid, bro. I don't want to have to deal with all this situation, bro. And I want to play games with my friends again. And social media, especially short form videos, can really numb your emotions. It's like your dopamine receptor is so cooked. Like, dopamine is a neurochemical that motivates us to do things. And when our brains get enough of that by just scrolling on 15 seconds videos, like, we are being overstimulated and nothing else can make us happy. So that's is probably why we, like, most of us today don't make efforts to just go and talk with people because it takes too much effort. Like, no pun intended, but I don't know what I just said, but yes, that's why I think everything just feels a bit more lonely, bro. Since the day I got into my own phones as well, I'm being distanced away from everyone, and it can be a really dangerous trap, bro. Phones can be a double-edged sword. It can be your your knowledge source. It can just let you learn anything for free on YouTube, or it can create this fried dopamine brain state where you get so much entertainment and nothing else can make you feel excited, even small talks or just conversations. And that is a problem on its own. But in order for them to go deep and asking deep questions, I just think that, like, if people got drunk, they may do that, and that is not guaranteed, bro. Even for I remember when I was 16, right? I was at a summer camp with my buddies. You know, um, we got drunk, of course, and we were sitting at the back of the school where no one sits, and there were like three or four of us, and I tried to strike up a deep conversation, but no one else was paying attention, and they just saying like dumb stuff and stuff that NPC said, like trends and TikToks and toys, or something like that, and I there's just not really that much connection with me and anybody else. I'm feeling lonely even when I'm surrounded by people, bro. It's kind of hard to remember, but whatever, bro. I really think that people should just put out their phone and go talk to people, bro. I really think that is the way to solve this loneliness in everyone's body. It's because we do this to ourselves, bro. Why do we have to blame this on anything else? Yes, I'm blaming this on TikToks and phones and stuff, but yeah, you know what I mean. I'm like maybe I'm just wrong here because this is have been a really big issue that I just want to express, bro. I wish I wish this world where both the online world and the offline world are more connected as the internet's purpose intended to 30 or 40 years ago. But right now, I just think that it's a really big mess, and only only you can change it. Only you can decide it whether we are more united or we are more divided. Thank you for watching.